there was a young couple named Emily and Mark who decided to go on a romantic getaway to a secluded cabin in the mountains. The cabin was nestled deep in the woods, surrounded by towering trees and a peaceful lake. They were excited to spend quality time together and escape the hustle and bustle of their busy lives. As they embarked on their journey, the winding road seemed never-ending. The tires of their car hummed against the asphalt, and the couple grew weary from the long drive. However, their anticipation kept them going. Suddenly, as they rounded a bend in the road, they noticed something peculiar. 3 mysterious figures stood at the side of the road, their faces concealed by the shadows. The couple's curiosity was piqued, and they decided to stop and investigate. Approaching cautiously, Emily and Mark realized that the figures had tattered clothes with faint bloodstains. It sent a shiver down their spines. They asked the figures if they needed help or if they had seen anything strange in the area. But the figures remained silent, their faces hidden in darkness. Uneasy, Emily and Mark decided to continue their journey, assuming it was a figment of their imagination. Finally, they reached their destination, the charming cabin surrounded by nature's tranquility. They settled in and spent the days exploring the nearby trails, indulging in romantic picnics and sharing tender moments by the lake. One evening, as Emily was preparing dinner in the cabin, she noticed peculiar claw marks on the cabin's wooden walls. It startled her because the marks were high up, where it seemed impossible for someone to reach without a ladder. The couple tried to dismiss their concerns, attributing it to wildlife or an innocent coincidence. That night, as they lay in bed, a piercing scream echoed through the silence, making their hearts skip a beat. The scream grew louder, causing Emily and Mark to jump out of bed in alarm. They listened attentively, realizing that the voices were now whispering, as if they were right beside them. Fear overwhelmed them, and they rushed outside, searching for the source of the disturbing noise. In a state of panic, they reached out to their neighbors, hoping for answers. However, nobody else had heard the terrifying screams. Worried and bewildered, they decided to contact the local authorities for assistance. When the police arrived, they listened to Emily and Mark's account with a grave expression. One officer shared a chilling tale, explaining that the screams they had heard were the cries of mythical creatures known as whisperers. These creatures, also called tick-ticks, were said to be hunters who sought out unsuspecting prey. The intensity of their screams indicated their proximity to the target. The officer further revealed that the claw marks Emily had discovered were often left behind by the whisperers as a marking for their chosen victims. Hearing this, Emily and Mark's blood ran cold, and their fears were confirmed. Realizing the danger they were in, the police escorted the couple back to their cabin to gather their belongings. They advised them to leave immediately and return to the safety of the city to avoid any further encounters with the whisperers. Trembling with fear, Emily and Mark hastily packed their belongings. As they prepared to leave, they couldn't help but glance back at the cabin one last time. To their horror, the 3 figures they had encountered earlier stood at a distance, wearing unnerving smiles on their faces. With their hearts pounding, the couple quickly got into their car and drove away, leaving the cabin and its secrets behind. Emily and Mark vowed to keep their encounter a secret, fearing that others might not believe their story or, worse, fall victim to the whisperers themselves. They returned to their normal lives, forever haunted by the memory of that unforgettable vacation and the chilling presence of those 3 figures.